La 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 la. Hey guys, Vape Mech here, back with another vlog number 48, if you count the vlogs in numerical order. What have we got today? What am I vaping on? I'm vaping on my advocacy and my Cane 2. Inside I've got Ice Cream Man Raspberry Ripple, I think. Good stuff, all good stuff. Still, obviously, deeply obsessed with this. But that's not all I'm vaping on, because I have got some stuff to show you. The queue is long, and so there's a lot of stuff to show you. I might have to limit what I show you, because I've got to do comments. I've got a sick giveaway as well. I've got a Cuboid Tap to give away later on, so stay tuned for that. Thank you to Jtech. Got this to show you. All good stuff, all good stuff, all good stuff. We'll get there when we get there. First, let's do the comments. Comments from the previous vlog, that's what we do. Austin Green, Dacus mods are sublime, no drama from me. Sadly or not. Vaping Postman said, nice vlog sir, watched with a beer. Nice one, mate. Yeah, Vaping Postman, check him out, good reviewer, the Vaping Postman. He's right on the bleeding edge of it, you know, he gets the good stuff quickly. He's already got a video up for this if you're interested, so it's just like a quick look, but it's worth a quick look, I think. Yeah, Vaping Postman, he said, nice vlog sir, watched with a beer. Good man. Can you hear that? I hope you can't. Yeah, it's the morning here, so I'll save my beer for tonight. Schnibbler64 says, all things vaping and now cookery tips too. Where would you want or need to go anywhere else? I think the only tip was don't take the seal off before you look at the instructions. Then you can flip it. I think that was all I said. I can't remember. Rob Wiskin says, my friend thinks he's smart. He told me an onion is the only food that makes you cry. I threw a coconut at his face. Bad joke. For a possible shout out on vlog 48. You got it, Rob. That's all right. It's better than my daughter's jokes. My daughter's got into jokes. Oh, jokes from a 4-year-old. Not good. Lisa Donald says, me loves that you dinna get to the dramas. Like your style, man. A very duty. Cheers, Lisa. Yeah, no drama here. Although I've got some bits to talk about later on. Kim Warner, why is your hair grey so fast? You look pretty young with your baby face. Yeah, I'm 32. Probably too young to be this grey. The lights don't help though. Yeah, I don't know. People go grey at different speeds. It made me a bit awkward now. People go grey at different speeds. I've gone grey fast. Yeah, that's that. And Vapefish says, nice vlog, Richard. Thank you for that. And David Mills says, good vlog. Schwartzy71 says, the famous Schwartzy, if anyone saw Vape Talk UK's 100 episode, Schwartzy the ledge. Perseus is good, but the locking system on the top cap makes me feel sad. Yeah, that's the dividing. That's the thing. If you that's the thing with this RDTA. It's mint. It's a mint vape, but it totally depends on have you experienced issues when you pick this up and the cap comes off with other RDTAs, and this is exactly what you wanted. Like, you wanted a pocket RDTA, or one where the cap was just locked. If that was a bugbear for you, then this is the one, because it's got the locked top cap. But if you a ripper offer, especially because some people are very paranoid about wicking with these RDTAs, so if you're a top cap ripper offer like you do your RDAs, then this is tedious. But for my money, it's probably the best RDTA out there. That's that. Nancy Kaufman says, lots of good reviews on the Kylin and Perseus. Thinking of getting one of them. Which would your preference be? Nancy, I have not replied to your... I've not replied to a lot of these. I'm really sorry. Nancy, sorry I haven't replied over a week ago as well. I'm really sorry. The Kylin, the Kylin, this is awesome. So good. They're both good. They're different things. It's hard to compare, but this is so good. This has my gold stamp of approval. So many people told me they've bought one off the back of my review, and sometimes that makes me really nervous. Not with this, because I completely stand by it. I think it's absolutely legendary. It's such a good RTA, that, in my opinion. What else? That'll have to do with comments. We're flying through. We're flying through. Right, what have we got coming up for review? This might be fun. I've got this. This is the coilart trigger mech. Coilart trigger mech. It's got a really cool locking thing or safety firing thing on it. However, I've had some fun and games on this other vape. It made all the colour auto correction of colours go funny. That's great, isn't it? Try and fix that post edit. That'll be fun. Sorry, just tooting away here. I've had some fun with this mech. Not in a good way. Not in a good way though, sadly. So this is the coilart Mage Mech trigger kit. Comes with the RDA that you can see there, and it comes with the mech. Batch 1 of these had an inherent production flaw, which was paint on the threads. Not all of them, but like half of the whole of batch 1. Paint on the threads, and obviously if you have paint on the threads, not obviously because I didn't know, but if you have paint on the threads, it won't work because it can't complete the circuit, you know. So I have been in my evenings watching telly, scratching away at the paint on the threads to get it to work, and obviously I've got it working now. But it has been it's been fun, I can tell you that. So if you've got one of these not working, just scratch away at the thread. They say that most of those are out and about now, so in retail terms, if you buy one, it shouldn't have that fall. If it does, send it back. Send it back. Don't go scratching at the threads like I've had to do, like some mug. Send it back if it's got paint on the threads, in my opinion, because scratching it off, you know, it's not good for the threads, is it, to be scratching away at those? So, yeah, that's been really fun. But if it didn't have that problem, what a great mech. What a great mech. What a great mech. But over and above that, what a great RDA. I can't wait to tell you about this RDA. This RDA is sublime. It's like nothing crazy fancy about it. It's just right. It's just correct. It's just real good. You can drip down the tip, but it's got that underflow flavour. The caps, the tension on the cap's perfect. The tips, it's all fantastic. That's one of my new favourite RDAs, and it's super affordable. You can just buy the RDA on its own if you want. Depends how you feel about tubes. I'm not enamoured with tubes because I don't get them anymore. God, this is controversial. Mech tubes, in my opinion, are nowhere near as good a vape as a dual parallel mech or dual parallel unregulated like this, because you're sharing the amp load across 2 batteries, so they don't sag as much, so it's a harder hit, and the battery lasts twice as long because the amp draw is being shared across 2 batteries. So if you had a choice, if just objectively you had a choice, I know there's a whole scene and there's the cloud thing and it's a fashion thing as well, and I get all that, and it's really good, they are really good fun, don't get me wrong, but if you were just spec to spec comparing a dual parallel to a single 18650 tube mech, like on paper, statistically, you couldn't even put them in the same league, you know. This I get it. I totally get tubes and stuff, but if you put that RDA on here, it's just a better vape. That's just fact, and it's a better vape for way longer. So I'm not trying to be controversial there. Everyone's different, and a lot of my friends love tubes and all that stuff. But yeah, it's controversial, I guess. Don't want to piss on anyone's chips, but especially at this super low. Yeah, and I suppose people would say, "Oh, just build lower, build slightly lower on a single tube than you would on a dual parallel." Yeah, where do you even start with how low people are going now on batteries? There we go. Anyway, so that's that. That is that. I promise that is that. Right, next thing. Look at this. This is the Pico 25. I'm a fan of the Picos. I've got the Pico Squeeze. And I've got my beautiful... That's not it. Let's try that again. My beautiful Pico resin as well. Look at that. Pico resin. Now this is the Pico 25. Let's look at it dimensionally. All the size-wise, they've cracked it. They've managed to get it in the same size sort of situation. But what they've done is they've made this cap smaller, and they've made the room for an RD8 bigger. So you can fit 25mm on here now. Pico 25, hence the name. But it's still an 18650. It's got a dope board on it as well now. Because it was a little bit fruity, that original Pico board. It wasn't super accurate on wattage, TC, you know. So, but this one is rocking, and the tank on it. I don't know what this is called. The tank. It will have a name. I'm sorry. The tank is. That's only at 40 watts. And I've got Gluttony in here from DB. Oh, so good. So this is mint. This is mint. I can't wait to show you this. Big fan of the Picos. Big fan of the Pico line. And this is a great addition. The one thing I suppose that's going to divide opinion is because people liked how sleek and basic, sort of professional, standard, you know, normal looking that the Pico lines was. I suppose it's a bit too fancy for some people's taste, I guess. It might be in a way. This is like a weird sort of perspex-y, plasticky thing. But they do have a normal stainless steely one as well, so you don't have to get the red and black one. But the tank on this is fantastic. I know I've said that already, but I wanted another vape on it. So the Pico 25 coming up for review. If it stays as it is, it's immense. It's immense. Got this to show you as well. This is the Coolfire Ultra. It's funny with a Nikon, you know. It's funny with a Nikon, isn't it? They move things forward, and everything's high quality and everything's good and that. But they don't change stuff, do they? They don't. Like, the screen has been the same now for ages. The 510 is still fixed, so it's going to have a gap on a lot of things. I don't know. However, this is the Coolfire Ultra. It can now do 150 watts. It still looks great. It's a nice, lovely, great shape. Really comfy to vape and use. But what was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, 150 watts now. Oh, bigger battery life as well. It's a little bit longer, a little bit wider, so it's got bigger battery life. It's basically just an upgrade of battery life and wattage. There we go, and that is the Coolfire Ultra. Hope I've not done myself out of a thing. What else do I need to show you? Cuboid Tap. Let's talk about the Cuboid Tap. Late to the game, just the way it is with this. I've just got so much in for review, and I'm just trying to be fair with it all and equal with it all, and not really chasing views and that, so I'm not throwing things out super early or anything like that. this is the Cuboid Tap. Look at those crazy decals. You know what that reminds me of? It might just be me here, but Hot Wheels. Remember Hot Wheels? the little cars? They used to have like flames up the side, didn't they, and stuff like that, little stickers. So yeah, they're quite mad looking Cuboid Tap. I noticed on Fagan's review he'd taken off the decals, and it looked a lot better actually, so that's an option. I just wonder what colour it is underneath. Anyway, so this is the Cuboid Tap, and it's called the Cuboid Tap because... Can you hear that? I'm sure you've already seen a million videos for this already, but yeah, it's got this touch tap vibrate-y thing going on, and it's got a touch tap fire button. Now I've disabled it because I much prefer pressing this fire button, but it's 228 watts. It's incredibly small for what it is. Dual 18650. You can fit your big stuff on top. Got the recoil. Now it's decent mod. So it's there's two elements to this. There is the fact that it's very small, very good power, very good screen, very good that it fits all big atomizers on flush. You know, it's quite nice looking, but then it's got bright red and black and flames and touch thing. Do we need touch? Like we've talked about this before. Do we need tap technology? Do we need touch technology? Is that of any benefit? It's certainly quirky. It's certainly fun. So it's a two-sided thing. What I would say is if you don't appreciate any of this stuff, it's not like Jtech don't cater for you, because as we talked about a million times, the Primo is very similar specs to this and much more classy. So so you've got your choice. You know, you can be like rah, or you can be like the Cuboid, you know, like the Primo, the Jtech Primo. So it's like they cater for everyone. So that's good of Jtech to do that. And like I said before, we're giving one of these away later. That's that. What else? Is there anything I need to show you super quickly? Alright, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. There's so many things. I'm not showing you the Cobra. I'm not showing you the Azeroth RDTA. I'm not showing you the... Oh, bad times. Previous reviews. Okay, I've got some corrections here. The motive pod. The motive pod from Mage. I made a right twat of myself on that review. What I did is, what I do when I'm doing my videos, and I'm sure you've seen in the reviews, I do a bit where at the beginning, to give you sort of a more fuller idea what we're talking about, and I'm telling you the specs and stuff, I throw graphics up from the company's website of the thing, you know, so it'll show you like a disassembled version of it, or some stats, or all that sort of stuff. I showed you, in the video for the Motive Pod, I showed you the stats and stuff, and the pictures that came up on screen were for the old Motive, the Motive that did have coils, not pods. I made a right balls up of that, so I apologise for that. If you're confused after watching the Motive Pod video, then that's why. It was a mess. I apologise for that. I don't know. That's the trouble with quick looks. You know, you're not prepared really. It's more of a first impression-y thing. Yep. So completely made an arse of that. I apologise. In a nutshell, it's a pod system, but you can refill it. Everything's enclosed in this, and you just shove it down like that. You click it 5 times, and you go. And I think it's a very nice vape. For what it is, I think it's actually a very nice vape, very good flavour. Yeah, and it's more of an all-in-one system than a pod system, in my opinion. So I'm sorry I completely arsed up that review. The other video that upset people was the tarot. I did the tarots. In the Tarot Mini, which is the 18650 one, I think I called it the Tarot all the way through. They've never really grabbed me, these ones. They've never really grabbed me, this whole line. I've not had any of them. They don't massively appeal to me looks wise in terms of the the way the tank goes and all that stuff. I think Vape are a fantastic company. I think they do great stuff, but they're just never really grabbing this line, so just wasn't massively aware of them, into them, and stuff. And so yeah, I got the name wrong throughout. What I would say is, that's whistly. What I would say is they're cool. I would say they're duty. They're duty, to coin a phrase. So check those out if you missed them. Yeah, and I'm sorry I called it the tarot. Obviously it's the tarot. Obviously it's the tarot. So that's that. Yeah. So those are some corrections. What else do I need to tell you about? The Anakin T20. In the quick look of that, I told you that the flavour was garbage. Garbage. I put a new coil in and the flavour was better. Not great though. Not as good as the flavour in here. And neither of these two can hold a candle to the Penguin. Can I just be clear on something? The Jtech Penguin is absolutely awesome. It is awesome. I don't care if it's got a silly name. I don't care if it looks weird. It vapes amazing. It is the best all-in-one by a country mile. It is. The Penguin is so good, so good. I promise you that. I promise you. Just like I was saying about the Kai Lin. Just like I was saying about the Kai Lin. I'm spending my whole time reaching over here, aren't I? It's not good, is it? Just like I was saying about the Kai Lin, like how much, you know, the gold stamped that is, and anyone that's getting one, I'm not worried because it's great. Same with the Penguin. No, I guarantee no one who buys the Penguin will be disappointed with it, and that's not a sales pitch. I'm blown away by that device. It is mega. It is superb. I wonder what time we're running on. There's no way of knowing. Yeah, so the Penguin is, I'm not going to go on and on about it, but the Penguin in my opinion is mint, and it smashes the pants off the T20, the Motive, whatever, the Bow. Yeah, but obviously it's a completely different shape, you know, so if you need a pocket-friendly thing, I mean, it goes in my pocket, but it's not as streamlined as those things. So there is horses for courses, but the T20, the flavour was better with the second coil head. Not ridiculously good, but better. That's that. What else? What else I want to show you? Rabies, I liked that, but I get why it's a bit. Yeah. And that's that. That's that. I think. Yeah, Tarot, the Royal Hunter. The Royal Hunter. I reviewed that as well. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know, it's a pretty solid RDA, but it looks a bit funky, and the drip tip thing's a joke. So don't know what to tell you about that. That's that. Let's do a giveaway now, so you can hop off if you've had enough. So a Cuboid Tap. Let's see what colour it is and stuff. Right, so I've got 2 of these to give away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give one away in the review for this. So as soon as you see that review pop up, bang, click like, join the giveaway, etc. So I'm going to give one away when I review the Cuboid Tap, but I've got one to give away now as well. The Cuboid Tap kit. Don't forget, this tank that it comes with is mint. This Procore Ares tank is great. So yeah. So this is, Cuboid Tap giveaway. How do you win this? You email me, cd_v1ck@hotmail.com. You put giveaway 48 as the title of the video, and then you put your name and address in the body of the email with the answer to this question. What is the name of the tank that comes in the Cuboid Tap kit? What is the name of the tank that comes in the Cuboid Tap kit? And yeah, I think it's a pretty good prize. There's been some ropey prizes, I know, in previous shows. That's more bad planning. I'm not trying to fob you off. It's more bad planning. I'm running grabbing something that happens to be not as great as some stuff. But this is a good giveaway, right? This is a good giveaway, right? Okay, cool. And thank you to Jtech for that, for providing that, I guess. Yeah, so that's that. What are we doing now? How are we doing? Right. So that is that. Oh, okay. So two topics to talk about that I've hit the vaping world since the last vlog. One is this 510 situation. So there was an issue with 510s on the Predator. I don't have the Predator at hand. There was an issue with... No, I don't have it to hand. The Predator on the Predator, the Mage Mech Predator, had an inherent flaw with the 510. If you give it a real hard rag like that, the 510 might pop out, depending on whether you got a good one or a bad one. It might pop out, and it threw into question this, what are reviewers playing at, not finding this issue, because no reviewers initially discovered this issue. Okay, and so it sort of opened up the question of should reviewers be stress testing the devices more? Maybe they should. Maybe they should. There's a couple of issues with that. If you're firstly, from a technical standpoint, a lot of the mods, most of the mods I've just shown you, most of the mods I've reviewed over the last 6 months, they are push fit 510s. They are push fit 510s. That's how a lot of 510s on Chinese mods are done. It's not like everyone else had done it right and Mage Mech did a bad one. I know they've got about a shaky history with 510s, but press fit is not the issue. That is how a lot of them are done. A lot of them are done. Also, is it a fault? Is it a fault that when you rag it so hard, which isn't, it's not really how you don't. It's not how you vape, is it? Really, that pulling an atomizer off really hard, or dropping it. I saw someone dropped theirs, tanked down, and that's why it did it. Is it a fault? Is that a fault? Because you can pop it back in after it's popped out. So it saved your tank from snapping. It saved the threads on the tank from bending by popping out. So was it actually a fault? Is it actually a bad thing? People seem to be up in arms straight away about it. All I can say is the Predator I've got doesn't do it, and I only got one. Certain. The more it seems like the more subs you get, the more items you get of the same thing for review. So maybe if I got an extra one, I could stress test it. But often I'm just sent one. I've just been sent one Pico. So if I pull, I mean it's not coming off, but if I pulled the 510 off this, there'd be no review for this. And I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I'd do for content. So I get it. I get people's upset that all reviewers loved the Predator. I still love the Predator, but it had this issue. I can't make my Predator do it, so I could never have spotted it. But yeah, maybe more stress testing needs to happen. Maybe less behind the scenes involvement with the manufacturer. I think that would be interesting as well, because what happens is, say this that came in not working. What a lot of people do is they contact the manufacturer. The manufacturer says, "Oh, throw that in the bin. We'll send you another," or they tell you how to fix it, and nothing's ever said. They either get it working or they get a new one that doesn't have the problem, and nothing's ever said about that issue. Whereas, like I've told you in this vlog, it came with a problem. So if everyone announced a problem with an item that came in, at least potential issues would be. They'd be aware. People would be aware of potential issues and who's had them. Rather than it be seen as a slight against the manufacturer, just everyone being aware that they may be a thing. So I don't know what to do. I personally don't... oh, light's gone off, hold on. Yeah, personally don't know what to do, because I couldn't have spotted that because mine doesn't have the problem. So that is that. But let me know what you think about this whole stress testing thing. Is it good content? Drop tests and stuff like that? I know it's popular in other things on YouTube. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know what I can do about it either. I suppose I've just been way more brutal with, like, the scratch test. Could do the people do scratch tests on thing. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the whole stress test thing. Let me know what you think about the Mage Mech Predator 510 debacle. Let's call it that. Let me know what you think in the comments. The other thing was Vic Mullen, the other Vic. Vaping with Vic, the Scottish Vic, the other Vic. He did a vlog, what's it called, What's Up, where he talked about the current YouTube issues that they're having and the impact on the impact on people making YouTube videos. What I would say, one thing he said was that people do shorter reviews because it's better for the monetization. You get more ad money if you do shorter reviews. I don't know about that. I don't see how that is a thing. It's more to do with retention than... It's more to do with minutes watched than actual minutes of video. But so it's a bit confusing. It's all a bit confusing. I don't know if he's spot on about that. But one thing I would say is I don't... And I know it wasn't aimed at me, and I'm not having a dig at him, and he wasn't having a dig at me. But what I would say is the length of my videos, my reviews, and they are quite compact, they are quite short. That's because that's what I like. That as a viewer of YouTube reviews, that's what I like to watch, and so I'm emulating what I like to watch. You know, if I did a really long technical review, I'd be making something that I wouldn't even like myself, and I think that would be really bad. So I'm making videos like, you know, the people that I grew up on, Candy McCann, Vaping Greek, Matt Cully, Nick Grimgreen, you know, Scott. They're not super long. Scott's videos, obviously Mark Todd. That, you know, those guys, they're who I'm emulating, really. You know, that's who I'm a poor rendition of, you know, and those are the ones that I enjoy, and those are what I'm emulating, really. And it's literally nothing to do with money. The length of my reviews is just nothing to do with money. There is no money. There is no money. We're talking about pence on a channel this size, on a channel of Vic size. You know, you have to go pretty far up the ladder before there's any sort of money involved. You're talking pence, I promise you, pence. Please tell me you're not doing a day's work for less than £1, because that's what I'm doing on here. Really, the money is just not a thing. It's not worth thinking about. So yeah, that's that. So those are those topics. Let me know in the comments what you think about any of that. I don't think anything too controversial. Some people that like 18650 mechs might have unsubbed. But yeah, well, the point is, I've got an absolute shed loads of items to review. I'm going to stop making mistakes. I'm going to calm it down. I'm going to stop making mistakes. That's unforgivable. And I'm going to just keep powering out this content, and all good. Good luck with the tap thing. Don't forget to enter that. I've been Vaper Vic, and I'll see you again in what will seem like seconds if you've got autoplay on. Bye bye.